Aufgang and heads up to Jazz
Heads
Thing
up.
TV. Okay?
Just thing to be.
Jazz
Jazz Thing.
Jazz thing.
Jazz Thing. On this one.
This
This
is
is
Aufgang.
Aufgang. Heads up to Jazz Thing TV.
Of course, we studied all classical, but we come from different backgrounds, all of us, and different origins. So it's complementary to our work, and this is why also in our work it's hard to really define the music and it's hard to label it or to name it, because we bring in all these influences that each one has and try to create our own sound, our own music, our own identity. And this is really our goal, is to have our identity, and that when people hear our music, they say this is Aufgang. This is sound like Aufgang. This is our, I think, biggest challenge. We wanted a name that would reunite us, but because no one is from the same country in the group. One is from Luxembourg, half Luxembourgish, half Italian, half Spanish, and one is French, Chilean, and yeah, from Brittany also. And I'm from Lebanon, so we wanted to find something that would, describe what we do, but not from our country, because we're from two different countries. We chose a neutral country, and it came also because we were on a trip once in Berlin, and I don't speak German myself, but Francesco speaks, and I saw in the street that was written Aufgang everywhere, like Aufgang 1, Aufgang 2, and I asked him what does Aufgang mean, and he told me it's something that goes up, like an ascent. I told him that could be nice to have to name our band like Aufgang, and this is how it started.
Actually, it depends. Sometimes it comes from just a jam session, or someone, one of the others is writing a theme, or just rhythms, and we work a lot with the internet, and we share a lot of different files, and we build, stone by stone, the song.
We walk a very fine line between composition and improvisation. So even if a piece is thought out in its structure, in its harmony, in its rhythm, pretty much the execution of the piece remains free. For example, our piece Sonar, which is one of our first compositions, we have a structure we follow, but there is not a single note written. So everything is improvisation, and yet we know what the structure is going to be. So, and I think many tracks are like this, that we have a general outline, and then basically the way we play it is going to be different each time. But then there's also pieces which are very written out, and when I say written out, it's black on white on music paper. And that's just a different kind of work we do. It's a work of, like Rami said, a work of composition, where before we start playing the music, we think about it, and we try to define it, and we try to give it a special sound, give it a special some special expression to it. And once we have that, we write it down, and then it's time to play it. Now, sometimes there's space to change things as we play on. Like you said, during the show, someone might throw a motif, and the two others will respond. But that's you cannot plan on this, So even if it's written out, even if each note is written out, it's enough that one person decides to play one note differently, and we listen up, and that's the moment where there's symbiosis sometimes, not always, but
we know more or less how we start and how we're gonna finish. Of course, in the middle there is lots of free sections, but it's not like 5 years ago where we didn't know what to do. And this is why we met like 1 week and we work every day, because we had to do something. We had no material, we had nothing. But since the starting point, we worked on these pieces that we created 5 years ago, and we polished them, we kind of enhanced them, and now we have this product,
There's several problems. I mean, first you have to find the balance between the instruments, but then you have to find the right sound for the acoustic you're playing in. So, you cannot work with presets. You have to do the sound each time from the beginning, and that's exactly what we do. I mean, we more or less know what we want in our monitors, at what level, at which percentage of the whole, let's say. But basically, we have to adapt every time, and when I say every time, it's really every time, because also the pianos change.
No, I'm not taught to play a little bit lower, but softer, but I do it.
We don't have to tell him.
Actually, today I thought you played much softer than usual, and that was for the benefit of the show, because the sound was already going around so much that if the drum set would have been a little louder, then I think you'd have covered completely the pianos. And that's a challenge with Aufgang, because not only you have to find the balance between acoustic and electronic, but also the drum set is so loud and powerful compared to the pianos. So it's several challenges for the sound engineer, but we have a good guy here, so.
we on stage we explore, you know, our universe of sounds and of moods, and this is part of the thing, you know. It's we cannot content ourselves just to play basic piano playing. We want to go beyond, you know, just the instrument. But we don't do it for the show anyway. I mean, we don't stand up. Of course, people will like it because it's visual, but we mainly do it really to improve the music, or to enhance the sound, or to really create new atmospheres, basically.
Say that I'm very happy to speak to you about music and saunas, because I think that's mostly what we do. You know, we do music, and actually on stage also.
It's a bit of sport also.
A friend of us told us after a show, you guys, it's a mixture between music and sports. You know, so of course the sauna comes in very handy, because we need to get rid of these toxins. You know, we need to get rid of all this energy that builds up, and so I think it's something to keep in mind.